A warm welcome and thank you for joining us on today's episode of the program Inside the Real Estate and Housing TV Africa. I am Nimana Bagudu. Today we'll be discussing interior designing, and we have a very amazing guest with us that will be doing justice to this particular topic at hand. We'll love to find out from her challenges, her struggles in the interior business, and how she has been able to manage herself, her business, and also, venture into bringing women together and educating them into the interior designing business. I am Mimuna Bagudu. First, let's go on a quick break. The conversation continues shortly.
When the city is getting too loud, you need a home. Home is love, peace, and tranquility. Home is Housing TV Africa. Housing TV Africa, your first in housing news.
Welcome back from that quick break. Joining me is the founder, Jenniez School of Africa Interior Designs, and also the founder, Jenniez Design in person of Dr. Jennifer Chukwujekwe. Thank you so much for joining us. And she's also the president of the Interior Designers Association of Nigeria. Such a pleasure to have you today.
Thank you very much.
Joining us on the studio. So first, I'm just going to start like this. Why interior designing? Why did you go into interior designing?
Okay, so interior design is life. I think everybody desires a beautiful space to live, work, play, eat. So for me, interior design started as I didn't realize I had a passion for interior design. So it wasn't something like I knew from the beginning I wanted to do, but just something that I just knew that I was tired of a space. I get tired of spaces. I want to rearrange, and that was from childhood. So initially, people thought I had OCD, but then I didn't know what it was anyway. So I got married, and the same thing was happening. I didn't like my house looking the same way every year. So every December, I was always rearranging, changing things. And it just happened, and people started asking, is this what you do for a business? And I'm like, no, I just love what I do. And I had to research and found out that, oh, actually it's a career. I can actually study interior design. So I started blogging, on interior design. And I noticed that people were actually asking questions on how to design their homes and their spaces. Then I decided to go study interior design, and that's where I am today.
Oh, amazing. I love the story. It's really, really inspiring. So for how long have you been into the interior designing business?
Well over like 14, 15 years.
How has it been?
Well, it's better now, because when we started, it was trying to explain you're an interior designer. People just didn't understand why they needed to hire you, because there's a carpenter, the painter, and all that. But now people are beginning to embrace the fact that you need someone who can help put all these things together, and someone who's a professional. So I would say it's a business that is growing, and people are getting more aware. And with all the construction and buildings going up nowadays, you definitely know that if you want the finishing to be what it should be, then you need an interior designer on board.
Trust me, when you go online, when you go on Instagram or any other social media platforms, you get to see a lot of interior designing company. But then what stands out is, what you do differently. So I would love to find out from you, what is different, Jenniez Designs, from every other interior designing company that we have in Nigeria?
So for us, we say we craft experiences. So it's not just about giving you a table and chairs. It's from even how we deal with you as a client, the experience that you get while you're living in your space, or you're working in your space, you're eating. It's just creating that space where we know that we can help you bring your dreams to reality, and let you know that you can live better and become a better, even more productive at work. Do you understand? So, because interior design for me is life and should be life. People think that interior design should be luxury. Yes, it can be luxury, but I also feel that everyone desires to have a beautiful home, a beautiful space. So for us at Jenniez Design, we try to help you craft that experience regardless of your budget, but for you to be able to have the life that you so desire, or the work environment that you desire through design. Yes.
Okay, now I am particular about your quality and how you source for, the whole, sorry, I want a compound name for that, okay, how you source your materials in, in bringing up this very beautiful designs. Do you do Nigerian made furnitures or do you just mix it up?
Okay, so I'm a believer in made in Nigeria. Right.
So
nice. Yeah, so it depends on the client. However, we still want to infuse, or we always tend to infuse Nigeria, because the truth is Nigeria, we have good wood, we have good leather and all that. So most of the things that we do are made in Nigeria, which is what we try to promote and all that. Because the truth is, at the end of the day, if you're going to bring these things in, they might be expensive and all that. Doesn't mean we don't use some things that are imported. Okay. However, it's a mix of the two, so that we know that we can use our homegrown items or products or materials. At the same time, we can accessorize with other things from that we can get locally. So it's a combination of the two, yes.
So how are you able to manage the team to deliver on time? Because I know it's one thing that is really challenging for most business owners. Yes. So I would love to find out from you how you handle the team. Do you have really good, reliable team who can deliver at, at the shortest period of time?
Okay, so like I always say, like when I walked in here, I told you about my staff, and having the right team is very important. And having the right team with the right expertise is another important thing. Now, unfortunately for us, we have to deal with artisans. So when I mean artisans, they might not have the skills. However, with time, you begin to either train the ones that you think have potential. They will make mistakes, but I think we just can't give up on them. So we need to just keep training and all that. But with time, the carpenter who can do a dining table and the one that that is mosquito net. So that you don't just give them what they can't do. But I'm sure we're getting to the point where education is important, where we teach them how things should be done. Because most of them just learn from the normal carpenter or roadside plumber or whatever. But now we're having schools that are teaching artisans real good skills and all that, on how to do these things properly. So I'm sure with time things will change.
Talk to us about Jenniez School of African Interior Design, because I'm very interested in that. Yeah. Okay. So how did it all started for you? Okay, so it started with when I started my journey to interior design. Like I did my interior design education abroad. So the question was, I had people always making inquiries, how can I learn interior design? Do you teach and all that? Then I noticed that there was a gap in the industry, right? We didn't have, number one, we didn't have universities teaching interior design. So no university or polytechnic teaches interior design. So that means that if you want to be an interior designer, you either have to travel abroad or just figure it out yourself. So I needed to bridge that gap. So that's why we started the school, so that for those who have a passion or who discover their passion along the line, or happen to maybe be an architect, but you also want to go into interior design and you want to learn that part. So we now started the school to be able to bridge the gap in the education for interior design. And it's not just Nigeria. Some other African countries also have that same issue with having like formal interior design schools or universities. So that's one of the reasons why we started that, so that we can teach interior design, and not just interior design, we also teach the business of interior design. Because it's one thing to have the knowledge, and like I always tell my students, passion is important, but if you don't have the business skills, then you're running a charity organization. So we help them to bring passion and business skills together, so you're able to finish and now become a good or well-grounded interior designer. So how old is the school now?
It's 9 years. This year is 9 years, yeah.
9 years, okay. So you have experts in the school that guides the students and what they need to learn and what have you. I wanted to ask a question, but first let's go on a short break here. When we come back, we have other things to discuss. It's time to go for a short break. We'll be back shortly.
When the city is getting too loud, you need a home. Home is love, peace, and tranquility. Home is Housing TV Africa. Housing TV Africa, your first in housing news.
glad to have you join us back on the program Inside the Real Estate and Housing TV Africa. If you're just joining us, we're having a conversation with Dr. Jennifer Chukwujekwe, the founder of Jenniez School of Africa Interior Designs and also Jenniez Designs. She's an interior designer doing amazingly well. So let's look at, you know, the challenges you face presently now, because a lot of things are on the rise, you know, and trust me, a whole lot of business owners are really complaining. So how do you do it?
So basically, like trying to balance work-life balance, right? So I can always tell people, you can't balance it. It's not possible. So you just have to juggle it, right? And while juggling it, you have to figure out what is priority. So is it business, marriage, or whatever? But I also believe that it's possible to have it all, but it just depends on how you juggle it. So I think for me, I'm able to handle things now because my kids are grown up. When I started my journey to interior design, they were still young, but now I'm able to do all that and everything. So it's just knowing what you want and what your priorities are and knowing how to make that happen without neglecting your dreams or your ambition or whatever, being able to yes, balance it out.
That's
basically.
a good one. So with the present day rising, you know, cost of items, exactly, cost of items, you know, do you still have that? Are your prices still, you know, fair enough, or you know there's still a rise somewhere, and then your customers are just looking at you and like, this woman, I don't understand, or is it that you're trying to follow the trend of, you know, people? But trust me, you need to make money, you need to sustain your business. So have you been able, how does that affect your business?
So definitely the economy is affecting everyone. So even the client should understand what's happening. So what we do is, for example, if we give you a quotation, we already have a caveat saying it's only valid for 2 weeks. So that means if you come to me a month after to start the project, we'll have to review it again. So we have to, it's all communication, letting the client understand that prices will change and things like that. However, yes, we will mark up on the prices to be sure that it can cover whatever happens and everything. But regardless, we've been lucky to have clients who are realistic or who are reasonable. So when you try to explain to them, they understand. So everybody knows what's happening in Nigeria. So there is no way you can't. Things will always take, for example, you can buy cement today and go back tomorrow and it's not the same price, right? And you don't expect us to bear the cost. But if it's things like that and you're able to communicate to your clients and explain to them why or the difference, then for those who are realistic or reasonable, they would pay the difference.
That's a very good one. Thank you so much. I'm Dr. Jennifer Chukwujekwe, the founder of Jenniez School of Africa Interior Designs and also Jenniez Designs, and we're discussing interior design. Now, a lot of people with I love using the word little tiny rooms. They always, little tiny rooms. They always have issues with, you know, having their space well decorated, yeah? And I totally understand because, you know, you have a very small space and then you're trying to see, okay, where do I fix this? Where do I fix this? But what are the basic things that, you know, people that have smaller space need to know in terms of having their space well beautiful and still looking okay for them?
Okay, so for those that have the little tiny space,
thank you for using that.
What is very important is functionality. You need to ask yourself, how do I want to live in this space? So you might decide to have items that are multi usages, for example. So take, for example, I can have a sofa that can convert into a bed. So I don't need to have a bed for a sofa. Do you understand? Now, I don't need to have a 4-seater dining table because my friend has a 4-seater dining table because my little tiny room can only take 2. Now, if I know I work from home, that means that corner, I would use it for 2 purposes, to work at home and for dining, right? Or for eating, right? So you just make sure that it's functional and you have items that can serve to 2 or more purposes, right? Or get items that are flat packs that once you're done, you can pack it up and all that. But the thing with Nigeria is there's this mentality that, no, I must have a 7-seater sofa, I must have a 6-seater dining, but your house is killing you.
Exactly, and then you know, some people come into your space, and then when they see that you don't have something, they'll be like, okay, is it that this person is not comfortable enough? But I love the fact that you're actually saying that right now, and the viewers are listening to you. That's a good one. Would you want to add up again, or that's okay?
No, that's okay. But what is, like I said before, what is important is functionality. And now less is more. You don't need to have everything.
Exactly.
Just simple, classy, and make the space breathable. Otherwise, yeah.
All right, then. So let's talk about technology. I want to link technology with your school. Let's take, for example, I'm not in Lagos. You're based in Lagos and your school is in Lagos. I'm not in Lagos, but I have passion for interior designing. And I want Jenniez School of African Interior Designs to be my plug, you know, to show me what I need to do and learn everything I need to know about the interior space. How can I do that? And I don't want to come to Lagos.
Fantastic. So the good thing is, one, I have a master's in IT. So right from time when we started the school 9 years ago, we had already infused technology.
Nice.
We already had online schooling,
Nice.
right? So even when COVID came, it didn't hit us because even while there was COVID, we're still teaching. And we have students from outside Nigeria. We have students from Abuja, Nigeria, and all that, African countries. So for us, technology has always been from the very beginning, has always been very important. And if you go to our website, you also see that we positioned ourselves as the first EdTech interior design school in Africa. So for us, tech is important, even down to the way the assignments are done or modules are done, or the way you submit your assignments. Is not writing and submitting to me. No, it's all online. You have to do online presentation, all that. So it's all tech infused. And the truth is, everything is moving towards tech.
Of course.
And I tell people, even if you're selling rice, add tech to it. That's what will make you different from the other rice seller. Once you're not able to add tech to it, then you're not ready for the future. So for us, tech is, like we said, we're the first EdTech company, interior design school. So for us, tech is the way. So if you like being in Ghana, South Africa, we're there for you.
Or you're
Yes,
at the end of the world.
Yeah, we have,
But as long as you have
internet,
access to internet, that's
fine.
a good one. Oh,
You're
that's
fine.
good. Thank you
And I
so
must
much.
also mention our school is accredited.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so with the certification, it's accredited with international body. So you're okay, you're good to go.
So what are the processes like? What if, okay, I want to apply. How do I go about it?
Okay, so we have a form. You fill out a form. We have some questions that will ask you to qualify you.
Okay.
Why we need to qualify you is because interior design, one, you have to be passionate about it, and you have to be a creative person. So we don't just accept someone because my dad said I should come and study interior design. No. We do the screening. We have a conversation with you and guide you on. Understand if that's the career path for you, and once you're okay with that, then we can continue the admission process.
So what's the duration like for studying?
So we have certification courses. So we have the 3 months short course for certification course and all that. We're hoping to do like a longer, like a diploma for like a year. But feedback from Nigerians just want to study, hurry up, start their business. So we just do like a crash 3 months program where people can.
Okay,
yes.
that's beautiful. I think I need to do one of those courses.
Please,
as well.
we'd like to have you.
Okay, so the Africa International Housing Show 2025 is coming up, and we're super excited about it. Do you have a collaboration with the show? Are you going to participate? You know, we'll want to hear that from you.
Okay, so that's one of the reasons why I'm here. Because I like what Barrister Festus is doing. It's amazing. And the truth is, it's bringing everybody in the industry together. So it's not just interior designers, right? Construction, architects, real estate, bringing everybody together. And I think that's the way to go. So for us, we want to be a part of it. We endorse it. As myself, as an association, as the school, we endorse it because I think when we begin to bring all the professionals together in one space to network and see what is available, then we can deliver good projects and do better things. Because you never can tell. You can walk into that space and an interior designer meets a construction company or a flooring company meets, do you understand? So I think it's an amazing thing. I don't think there's anything like that in Nigeria. I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, so for now, I don't
now.
think so. So I think it's amazing and it's applaudable. So continue with the good work, and definitely we would be part of it.
We cannot wait to see you. Thank you
part of
so much, Dr. Jennifer Chukwujekwe, the founder, Jenniez School of Africa Interior Designs, and also Jenniez Design. I had a and also the president of Interior Designers Association of Nigeria. I was not going to miss that for anything. It's very, of course, yes. I mean, you have paid your dues.
Yes,
you have done exceedingly well. Thank you so much for stopping by. It was a pleasure having this conversation with you. And I know the next time I'll be meeting you in the Africa International Housing Show, you'll be doing amazing things. That's good. And I hope and pray that you leave with an award for your amazing work
thank
that
you.
you have been doing over the years.
Thank you
So we
very
wish you the
much.
very best.
Thank you very much.
And
See you soon.
Sure, see you soon. Thank you so much, viewers, for watching today's episode of the program Inside the Real Estate. We've come to the end of the program. You can watch this episode and subsequent episodes by subscribing to our YouTube channel, Housing TV Africa. You can also follow Housing TV Africa on all social media platforms. Do not forget to download the Housing TV Africa mobile app on Google Play Store and Apple Store to stay connected. I am Maimuna Bagudu. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.